For everyone in attendance here at the Salisbury Center and everyone watching at home on TCBfights.com, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to unleash the Beast! Making her way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Jessica Nguyen.
Hello friends and welcome back to TCB 40 for our first main card event as it's Jessica Nguyen making her way to the ring. She is 22 years old, standing at 5'2", and is fighting out of 50/50 Martial Arts Academy.
I'm excited to see what 50/50 Martial Arts Academy has in this debuting student of theirs. They're a developing pro, and they just had a professional win in MMA yesterday, and there's prospect Kaushik, congratulations, coached by Ryan Hall, jiu-jitsu legend out in the area, Falls Church, and Carlos Vera. So far, they've had a lot of good success in Cagezilla as well with other students. The program is new. Excited to see what they have to offer.
Yep, certainly the case. A lot of really strong, diverse gyms bringing their best fighters here. Jessica Nguyen coming from a long line, ready to make a statement here in her debuting match at 22 years old.
One of the most interesting things about 50/50 Academy is that they often come out with not a traditional Muay Thai style. They are versed in a clinch. They also have some good stand-up grappling that translates over well to Muay Thai, but often they come with a more movement, distance-oriented style, and they get challenged by the forward pressure fighters. Now, let's throw it to Chris to introduce her opponent.
And her opponent, making her way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Nguyen.
And Nguyen is now making her way to the ring to face off against Jessica. She is 24 years old, standing at 5 foot even. She's fighting out of Capital MMA and has a little bit more Muay Thai experience under her belt, standing at a 1-2 record right now.
May is coming off a high in her last performance here at TCB. She finally entered the winner's column with an amazing performance. Now, May is one of the people who you will see come out with a more forward pressure style, wants to get into a clinch, is trained in Muay Thai, trains for Muay Thai. It doesn't have any MMA aspirations that I know of yet, and that she's coming in here for this combat sport. So she's going to try to use a full clinch game, kick game, and in all areas that Muay Thai allows you for the rule set. That's one of the conflict of styles that we may see. May's going to be going hard forward. I'm excited to see what she has to offer.
And currently, it's Angel Ortiz, our head referee, just checking the gloves of May as she enters into the ring here. We're going to toss it back over to Chris Fuller in just a second in order to introduce this fight in full.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB Women's 110-pound division. It is brought to you by our friends at Sand Screen Printing, turning ink into art, and Southland Insulators, insulation expertise you can count on. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'2" and weighing in at 110 pounds, fighting out of 50/50 Martial Arts Academy, she is making her TCB debut. It's Jessica Nguyen. And her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 foot even and weighing in at 110 pounds, fighting out of Capital MMA with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats. It's Nguyen. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB 110-pound division. Your referee is Angel Ortiz.
And we are getting started here. Angel Ortiz about to call upon both of our fighters to start off this main card for TCB 40. Liam, one of the things I want to note here is you talked a little bit about May Nguyen's very aggressive stylings, this philosophy that is totally dedicated to building out a Muay Thai mindset. How do you think that's going to fare given the fact that Jessica Nguyen may be training in a few different martial arts? How could that clashing of styles matter in this first fight?
Definitely in the sense of who's going to walk forward and who's going to go into whose game, who's going to set a good win. Already we're seeing May fire kicks, but getting teeth and distance-setting tactics from Jessica.
Both sides already showing their ability to grab at any of the sluggish kicks that are being sent low. And so that could lead to an opening. Right now, Nguyen upright, just trying to fight through that guard that Jessica is putting up right now. Trying to control space, pushing forward with that advancing guard. Once again, gets the leg pinned. Almost we see a response from Jessica, but manages to retract in time. And still, both of these fighters are just fighting for range.
Now, like what May's doing really well, she's going forward when she's given the space, and when Jessica tries the last shot, she takes like a half step back. She's staying in the pocket, she's trading, she's been landing a lot more shots, would have the quality of which we're going to have to see as the round goes on, but May is pressuring forward just because she's not moving back, and her opponent gives her the space and she fills the space.
At the same time, though, Jessica's experience is really showing here, preparing for this debut, because in a lot of the undercard fights, what we saw is people were getting pushed back all the way to the ropes, and then with nowhere to go, they were going to clinches out of desperation. Jessica rotating around, it's drawing May in, and she does have the superior range, just standing a few inches taller than May. That could culminate in some good striking from her as well. Like you said, May certainly is putting in volume right now, and this is big advancing now from the blue corner representative.
I'm happy with how May's chained together. What you're talking about from Jessica is really good ring craft. Jessica's doing a great job about fighting where she wants to be. This is the unique thing about 50-50 Academy, that Carlos Vera trains into his athletes very well, about where we want to stay, how we want to move, so that we always have a strike available. We're never getting totally caged, and we can run them into car crashes like she's firing on May at the moment. Jessica is trying to pull May forward so she can land hard shots, not just because she's firing hard, but because May's moving forward into them.
And there's the bell signaling the end of the first round. Things to note here, while May definitely came out swinging, Jessica was really getting solid hits, sneaking in and around the guard of May right there at the end. And maybe that could be indicative of May coming out a little bit too fast, flagging a bit, dropping her guard.
Well, it's just also the strategy of May. May's stay in your face, continue to throw volume, and I'm gonna, whenever I get too crowded, I'm gonna take a half step back and try to hit again. But that means that she's there in the pocket, and while Jessica's just trying to stay at that half distance a little farther, so that in between she doesn't have to block direct. She can fire and then lunge back in, whereas May's just trying to cover, throw, and is doing a great job of chaining her hooks to her low kicks. May is landing very consistently. The only thing is that May's volume isn't translating to significance in quality of strike, hard shot, but Jessica's getting these car crash moments just because May's momentum is also moving forward.
Well, the bell there at the end stopped Jessica from further advancing that offense, but she's coming back looking quite confident here. Mouthguard going on in. Angel Ortiz about to start off the second round.
Okay, here we go. Let's see who sets they're right back to it. You're gonna see Jessica dance along the square of the ring a lot. I'd say who's doing the best action is who's landing quality shots, obviously, but if anybody gets their opponent fully on the white, that's the person who's, I think, going to be landing the quality shots here. As long as they're both dancing around the square, it's whoever lands first, whoever lands hardest.
We've seen a changing emphasis into the second round, a lot more kick game on both sides. Jessica Nguyen continuing to retreat. May with those leading foot strikes, trying to land onto the thigh and hobble Jessica a little bit. It's now going to translate to Jessica, now trying to find an opening with punches of her own. The guard is dropping for May. That's leading to some solid headshots. Let's see if Jessica can keep that volume up.
But those shots from Jessica, Chris, from my angle down here, are more like pawing shots. No real power behind it. Just maybe trying to find her range, keep her at bay.
She's basically just framing out. She, on the distance, that lead hand's just a frame. She's trying to spear through with one with dynamite in it. May's doing a great job. May might be throwing at air a lot, just off the distance that Jessica's setting. But those throwing in air is what's getting her to the third shot that does land, the kicks that do land. And moving backwards is tiring. Your body's not meant to do that. Biomechanically, we're not structured to do that well. We're made to move forward.
Well, one thing that I've noticed out of Jessica that's impressed me so far in her debut bout is her patience and her ability to stay out of danger. She senses the danger coming and gets right out, just like she times her shots well and gets out.
Yeah, and that's giving her quite a bit in the tank. Even though she is the one moving backwards, we could see how tired May is looking turning a little bit red there. This could indicate that maybe they're on even footing in regards to that front. And so now is where I want to see them turn on the gas. 10 seconds left in this bout, or at least in this round. May continuing to try to push forward here, but now we're really starting to see the reach advantage for Jessica make a statement. She is using those pawing strikes you were talking about, Chris, to keep May out of her effective range. Not able to get into the pocket all that much more. What Jessica is doing right here, I think, could put her in advantage on the judges' scorecards.
And one thing, you know, that I like out of Jessica too is typically I don't like a fighter backing up like we have been talking about for this whole fight. But she's doing it intelligently. Like I said a second ago, she's picking her shots, and May is wearing those shots on her face right now. No damage really done to Jessica because she's wisely getting in and getting out. And if you look at the damage done on both these fighters, that's seems to be the case.
I want to also make a big point of that. What Jessica's doing is she's never getting backed on the rope. She's always able to take that step back, and May's falling forward controlled. Like she's trying to be a train rolling forward with these shots, but they're hitting air. Eventually, sometimes Jessica gets pushed, but I'm liking when Jessica's also setting her feet at times when May overthrows, goes to an angle, and Jessica starts to take her steps forward. I think when Jessica builds pressure onto her movement, she'll become a deadly force.
Well, we have one more round to see if that's going to come to pass here, Liam, as Angel Ortiz is going to start off this third decisive round. Shots being traded on either side. A lot of aggression showing from Jessica that we didn't see before this point. She is standing her ground like you're talking about. And now with those leading kicks on either side, they're both glancing off the hips of each other. Jessica trying to get in there, trying to box a bit more.
The only thing is when Jessica really tries to throw hard and wants to, she drops her other hand.
Yeah, that could be an opening for May to exploit. We talked about punches of volume, and now she's getting in.
May's in it, though.
You know,
May's taking shots and delivering back. She's never looking away. She's firing every time May returns. Now, she needs to build up something with a little more respect, but Jessica also hey, she's now standing 10 toes down trying to get May out of here. That takes time. May got hit hard, though. May got a little stumble. May's throwing back.
Good shot.
May's
good right hand.
game, but Jessica's on it. Jessica has lanes. She's always just trying to line up for the right hand. Again, she's trying. Right, they're just trading it now.
Jessica's accuracy is really incredible, and especially for a debut fighter.
I know, it's all that left hand. She uses that left hand, pushes May away, frames May away, but that hand tells her exactly where May's head is, and she can fire right on the dot.
40 seconds left in this decisive round number 3, and Jessica has dropped her guard as well, but what we're seeing is that when trades occur, the impact is certainly coming more from Jessica's side. And now look at the clinch. Big knees. This is only the third clinch we've seen throughout the course of this bout. Going to be broken up by Angel here. As now,
good right hand.
You can just see the confidence build round by round through Jessica.
Oh yeah, and now you're seeing May take steps back. May's the one creating distance now, and Jessica can step forward with the knees. You know, Jessica may have had this game the entire time, but it's her debut. She wasn't using all her tools. She didn't remember to use all her tools, and now she's remembering with, a good left hand too.
And that is going to be the bell. I love the fact that we saw such great adaptation out of our representative from 50-50 Martial Arts here in her debut. Jessica Nguyen happily going to parade around with her arms up. She deserves it, but credit to May Nguyen once again showing her offensive power and pressure. I remember the first round that we saw her in, Liam. That was one of the craziest and most all-out fights I saw here in TCB.
Absolutely, but this time I think May ran into somebody with a little more power in her hands, and May couldn't just overwhelm with just sheer volume. Hey, credit to 50-50. This is what I meant by it's going to be a little more unorthodox. This isn't a typical Muay Thai strategy. Muay Thai is usually about stand your ground, demonstrate strength and balance. And Jessica the entire time is stepping back, but she's sliding back, and when she throws, she's based. She has her base under you. But if you notice, I'd say an improvement in May's game that could have led to maybe a different outcome here tonight is a little better ring cutting, trying to get Jessica into the 90-degree corners a little bit more. Now, Jessica's whole strategy is to negate that, but we saw them go around that square in circles sometimes. And when May kind of got into this follow pattern, pressuring forward, throwing strikes the whole time, landing, she then just got met with it. And over round, over round, over round. When you get met with a car crash, it wears on you. So all credit to Jessica, all credit to 50-50 for implementing a just lethal strategy generally. It works in MMA, it works here at TCB. Glad to see it. We got Chris in the ring now collecting the official judge's scorecard. We get May's glove off. Oh, Lord, it's stuck good. Haven't got all the tape off yet.
This is one of the biggest struggles, honestly. It's not just fighting your opponents, fighting your own equipment in some situations like this. Yep, trying to get all the tape off of there. It does look like Chris has collected everything, so we're going to throw it over to him to declare the decision.
All right. And now, to find out who the official winner of this bout is.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you start a TCB show. Great fight, ladies. Let's hear it for both these warriors putting on a great show. And now, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores about 29-28, red. Judge 2 scores about 29-28, blue. Judge 3 scores about 29-28 for your winner by split decision. Out of the red corner, it's Jessica Nguyen.
Congratulations, Jessica Nguyen. And to everybody at home who's questioning that split decision, this is what I'm talking about. That wasn't a typical Muay Thai strategy because May was moving forward. I could see somebody giving May credit for the first 2 rounds when she wasn't yet taking steps back and showing the wear of the damage. But I do think we got the rightful winner tonight in Jessica Nguyen. Congrats, 50-50 Martial Arts. Great showing by May and Capital MMA. Stay tuned. We'll have more fights here at TCB coming up.